Okay, good morning. Today's 4/24. The parole board is called to order. My name is Pete Freeman. I'll be acting chair. To my left is Mr. Tillis. To my right is Mr. Barros. We'll be your panel today. Will staff at headquarters please introduce yourself?
How you doing? My name is.
They're gonna talk first.
Wait up, I'm gonna get to y'all.
Yeah. No, talking to the other people.
Oh, okay.
Okay, all right. Would the staff at Bossier Parish please introduce yourself?
Yes, sir. Deputy Adam Edwards. I'm a classification officer here, and I got Miss Jessica Brazil from the Tri-Share program here.
Miss Brazil. Okay, we're gonna let Miss Brazil talk at the proper time. Okay, let me put a little information in the record. You are a first-class offender. Your parole eligibility date is 11/25/25, and your full term date is 5/25/27. You're serving a 6-year sentence for second-degree rape and domestic abuse battery. Does that sound correct?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Wade, we're gonna talk to you first. Tell us what got you in this place, in the predicament you're in now, what got you put in jail, and why you think we should look at you for early release, for parole.
Well, what got me here was I was married. I'm married. I've been married for 30 years. I moved out. I got an apartment during the pandemic, and I met this girl. So after the pandemic, we moved in, and we moved in because she lost the house, and she was like $2,500 behind on the taxes. So they put a lien on the house. I paid the lien. I moved in like maybe 2 months later after my lease was up, and I started giving her like about $800 a month. And once she got the deed back, let's say she got the deed back like 2 months later, and I found out that she was on drugs. And one night, I didn't want to give her no money. I kept her safe in the house. I did transmission work. And one night, I didn't want to give her a few dollars. And she started acting all crazy because she'd been drinking. I gave her like $100 when I came home that day, but it was like 2 o'clock in the morning. And she left out the door. And when she came back, she started ramming up the side of the house. She had the truck parked outside the door, kicking the side door in. So I'm on the phone with her aunt. So I'm like telling her aunt I'm about to just pack up and leave. And she was like, well, call me when you get somewhere safe. So about 3 o'clock in the morning, she was like, don't leave. I'm like, well, I gotta leave because I can't keep living like this. You know, I never been in jail before. I did been in jail for some tickets. And I found out a bag of marijuana was like 20 years, when I was like 20, maybe 29 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So the night went on, when the sun started coming up, she kept asking me what time it is. I'm like, I don't know. I said, look like the sun coming up though, and I have to get to the shop in the morning. And I gotta meet Derek at his house to go pick a car up. So I dozed off, let's say about 8:30, I dozed off for only like an hour. When I woke up, she was gone. So I got the thinking, I said, oh Lord, I said, she up to something because she never just leave. So when she left, I immediately got up, I grabbed the safe, and I grabbed my kid's motorbike, and I took it to her mom's house. And I went on about my day, went to the customer's house, picked the car up, came back to the house, and checking on her to see what's going on. And when I went back outside, the license plate was gone off the car. So I'm like, I said, something is up. I said, that's odd. I said, well, would somebody take the license plate off the customer's car? So when I jumped back in the car, I was surrounded by detectives saying that I strangled her and raped her. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, strangled her and raped who? Krishan. I was like, that's my girlfriend. We live together. So like, well, she said you strangled her and raped her. I'm like, I never touched her. But they said that When they put me in jail, they said that I was flight risk. So a flight risk because I had some traffic tickets that I never paid. So, okay. So they gave me a bond, maybe $500,000. So I got to pay a lawyer, and he quit during pretrial. So they gave me another lawyer, and she just kept telling me if I didn't take the plea deal that I'll be going to jail for the rest of my life. And all she got to do is get on the stand and cry. So I'm like, but I never touched her. He was like, well, I said, the detective was like, she don't have a mark on her. I said, well, what about the rape kit? They said they didn't need a rape kit. They just need her to testify to say that I had sex with her and I raped her, and that was it. So I kind of like put myself
Y'all have sex that night? Did y'all have sex that night?
We had sex the day before, but we had sex all the time. But we didn't have sex that particular night.
Okay. Okay. All right. Your case has been assigned. Well, first off, in opposition, we have Mr. Randall Myers. First, let's hear from the lady from the treatment center, Ms. Brazil. Ms. Brazil, what do you have to tell us about Mr. Wade?
Good morning.
Morning.
Mr. Wade has been doing substance abuse and sex offender treatment with us. He started treatment on August the 1st, and he has a projected graduation date of July the 25th. With his sex offender treatment, he has passed phase 1 of the Louisiana risk management model for sex offenders, and he'll be eligible to take his phase 2 test in May. So, and then once classes, when he gets to the last 3 months of classes, he'll be able to take anger management or DV or anything like that that may be appropriate for him.
Okay. And he's not giving you no problems?
He is not. He has had 6 positive behavior reports for his participation in groups. He hasn't had any write-ups, and the counselors are saying that he participates in treatment.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Appreciate it. Okay, next we're going to go to Mr. Randall Myers from the DA's office in Jefferson. Mr. Myers.
Yes, sir. Randall Myers, Assistant DA, Jefferson Parish. We're opposed to his request for parole. There's victim opposition. In reviewing the record, there is evidence of bruising, and physical injuries to the victim after this incident. Until he is completed with all of the programming that he should be taking, particularly the sex offender treatment, and I think he's still in substance abuse, that he's not completed those programs. Till he's completed those programs, I think he should not be considered for parole. Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Myers. Okay, your case has been assigned to Mr. Barra. Mr. Barra, would you lead us in questions?
Yeah, my question, I think you answered it, but I want you to elaborate on it a little bit. You said you pled guilty, but you're innocent of the charge. Is that what you said?
That's pretty much what I'm saying, because she kept telling me that if I didn't plead guilty, that I could take it to trial. But I was looking for a physical rape kit. And when the detective went to court, he told the judge that there wasn't a mark on her, but the judge said that she didn't have to have a mark on her. So I don't understand why he's saying there was marks on her, because the detective was in court. And when the paperwork came back from the doctor, I was asking, what does this mean? The paperwork kept saying everything denied in my the discovery packet. She was saying that, well, that's just a report that the doctor gives. So I don't understand where the marks come from, what marks. And as far as me pleading guilty, I didn't want to take the chance on being in jail for the rest of my life or lose my parents while I'm in jail. So I just took the 6 years. And the judge said that if I didn't take the 6 years, that it would be significantly higher. And he didn't know why it was so low to begin with.
You know that the guilty plea, I'm sure they explained it to you, once you plead guilty, you're saying, I did the charge, I accept it, I am
I
guilty.
understand that. I did understand.
So, and yet basically you said that so that you could get the 6-year deal.
Yes, sir.
Okay. That was my only question.
I have a question. Mr. Wade,
Yes, yes, sir.
do drugs?
Well, I did drugs, but I went to rehab and I want to say I went to rehab in like 2012.
Were you doing drugs the night all this happened?
I probably smoked some marijuana. I wasn't doing drugs.
Okay. So you didn't rape her? You're saying
No.
you did?
No, sir.
How long you been incarcerated?
Going on 4 years.
And this your first offense?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Okay, so I know she even states that she had been drinking all day. So you were a little high and she was a little drunk. There was physical contact?
She was drinking and she was, and when she came back to the house, she came to the back door. She rammed the back door down. And when I opened the door, boom, she had a malt hammer in her hand. And I grabbed her. And that's all I did. I grabbed her. And I threw the malt hammer. I took the malt hammer and I threw it behind the door. And that was the only contact we had. Now, as far as her having marks on her arms, I told the detective, I said, well, those green lawn chairs that's sitting on that floor, she was taking those lawn chairs, ramming at the back door with it. And when they took the pictures, they saw that the door frame broken. So that's how she got the marks on her arms. I didn't grab her and make any marks on her.
Did you, when she was taking a shower, did you go in there and start arguing again?
Never touched her.
Okay, I have no further questions. Mr. Barra,
I'd like to go into executive session.
I have a motion for executive session. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Mr. Tillis,
Yes.
Mr. Freeman,
Yes.
Mr. Barra,
Yes.
Okay, we're gonna go into executive session for a few minutes to discuss confidential matters. We'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna be back in session. Can I have a motion to go back in session?
I make a motion, we go back to biggest,
Session. I second.
Okay, we got a motion and a second. Board is back in second. Do we need to call roll?
Mr. Tillman,
Yes.
Mr. Freeman,
Yes.
Mr. Barrow,
Yeah.
Okay, we're back in session. Let me ask you something, Mr. Wade. Do you have a high school diploma?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay, you do have a high school diploma.
Yes.
Okay, I think the panel's ready to vote. Mr. Barra, since you had this case, you'll vote first.
All right. Today, we're gonna vote to conditionally grant your parole upon completion of the substance abuse and 100 hours of pre-release training. So once you complete your substance abuse and you complete your 100 hours of pre-release, they can release you. After that, you're gonna be on supervision with a parole officer, and we add the following special conditions: that you have absolutely no contact with the victim or go around her residence within 5 miles. You know where it's at. Don't go around 5 miles of her residence.
Yes, sir.
And you're gonna be on electronic monitoring for the first year with a curfew from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. except for work purposes. The probation officer can excuse you to be out after that for work,
Yes, sir.
but that'll get you out.
Thank you.
Well, that's one vote.
Okay.
Mr. Tillman?
I concur with Mr. Barra.
Okay, Mr. Wade, I'm also gonna concur, but I'm gonna tell you, and they all know it. If you go anywhere around this lady and you got electronic monitoring on, we're gonna be able to prove it.
I understand that.
We'll vote.
That's
Okay?
right. Yes, sir.
No contact with her, complete all of the stuff at Steve Hall. You have to complete the program. And, they'll make sure that you got all the correct classes before you get out. You got to have 100 hours pre-release, so.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
And don't forget, the probation and parole is gonna put you on sex offender restrictions, so you're gonna have a whole group of that which is gonna apply besides what we're telling you. Any violation cause you to be revoked.
Right.
Good luck to you, sir.
All right, thank you. All right, once again.